My babysitter was Puerto Rican, and she would be like, you. What will say, two. So my grandmother's mad country. She was like, that is so sweet. I love it. And just kept going.
My nickname is Ev.
That's it.
That's it.
Niggas used to call
Ev Easy. That's what I was dancing.
Ev Easy.
Yeah, I invented life.
You used to break dance and shit?
No, I invented life feet.
Here we go.
I was about to say, yo.
I was about to say,
we're in the building with a legend.
You damn right you are.
Here we go.
Hip-hop fault.
I'm not going to bring this up.
All right,
No,
so
I'm not gonna
please
bring
don't.
this up.
Don't, please.
Another episode.
Best debut rap album.
Damn, I don't know. All right, best in terms of what? Like, is
Who-
there
like,
a
who had-
criteria?
Like
the highlights.
Right.
So who had a highlight? Obviously,
50.
Impact, sales.
That's been my.
You know niggas is gonna say, everybody's gonna say 50.
Well, then we
Longevity.
can't even say Jaden.
Nah,
Jaden,
Reasonable
you
Doubt's
said
better
Jaden
than-
Smith. I thought you said
No, I said
Jaden
Jay.
Smith. I'm
No,
gonna
I
say
said
what?
Jay.
Jay? Why not?
Because it took 10 years for that to become platinum, and for real, like, not that their generation didn't respect it, but it got overlooked until like 98, and then niggas went back and was like, "Oh, this shit is kind of fire."
Get Richard Die Trying is the
That
only
was because
That's-
I'll say this. With Reasonable Doubt, what happened was he put out that album independently,
Right.
and like now when an artist puts out an independent album, they're streaming, so it's able to get to more people. Jay just wasn't able to get his album distributed in enough CD stores.
I get that.
Like he didn't have a big label behind him, so even if the demand was there, there were CD shops. Like he had an interview about that, saying like there were shops saying that, yo, we don't carry that album.
Right.
Like he wasn't in Walmart, he wasn't in Sam Goody and things like that.
So that affects
that
it.
goes into the criteria. Though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's general. Okay, I had to put my cape on for Hove.
I get it because that's my favorite album. I'm just saying based off the
Music-wise,
criteria.
absolutely, but if you're gonna say everything else encompassing, it's obviously Get Rich or Die Trying.
All right, cool.
So is Reasonable Doubt better than Get Rich or Die Trying?
Of course it is.
We've had that conversation up here before. And it depends on exactly what you want in the album, right? So with Get Rich or Die Trying,
Trying.
Yeah,
there's no
Yeah,
trying.
Trying.
Get Rich or Die
That album has like a lot of like what you would call bangers on each track, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I guess for me, Reasonable Doubt was painted as like this mafioso classic that like tells you,
better,
and it aged better. That tells you the perspective of a street hustler going through his trials and tribulations in New York City, and then the parallels between like him and like a Michael Corleone, like trying to go straight and like dealing with.
We heard the album, man.
I know, but I'm just giving
the music and like.
Okay, so
what I'm saying is for me,
for
for me, Reasonable Doubt had more meaning in it and it spoke more, right? So as far as the debut,
sorry. That's what I was gonna say. I think it's doper even now that we listen. Like when I go back, because I remember like growing up and like my mom would be playing it or like other family members. But now to go back and listen to it, remembering how I heard it before, but now it's different.
Yeah,
like that's why it always gives like that edge of like one of my favorite.
So
albums
let's put it against Good Kid, Mad City when you paint that picture.
Reasonable Doubt, Good Kid, Mad City. I think Good Kid, Mad City did a better job than Reasonable Doubt.
Better job.
Oh,
as
far as
like
stories,
painting a picture.
If that's the criteria that he just used for Hove.
I'm not saying
I would compare that more to Ready to Die because it was a narrative.
Okay.
Painted.
Good Kid, Mad City, Ready to Die.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can say that because it was a story. Like through the whole thing, Big got out of jail, then he tried to commit suicide. Like from now on time to boom, and then you see the whole day go by with Kendrick's, Shireen. Y'all heard the album, but like as a narrative, I think those two are more comparative. Like you could compare them. Yeah.
LA.
I was gonna mention Lauryn Hill.
So is that who you going with?
No.
I want to know who you going with.
I'm going with Notorious B.I.G.
That's a good one. Homer.
Ready to Die. Yes, born. That set the tone for a lot of things. I don't think all the albums we named outside of, we didn't name Illmatic, but all the albums that we named after that had all influences by that one album. So I always go back to like the tree, right? And what branches off of that tree. So for example, to put it in sports, you would say God bless Kobe, but he was off the Jordan tree. All those other players comes off of that.
But would you say that Jordan's off the Dr. J tree?
Yeah, but
Okay, I'm sorry.
I would say yeah, but like,
Rakim.
but I think
It's a good debut album.
I think that Ready to Die.
Is that who's gonna go with?
No.
That Ready to Die is like the tree that comes from the Reasonable Doubt. You know, Brooklyn Finest.
I love that song.
Right?
Shanae, who you going with?
Too.
See, I mean, I think Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay, if that's how you
Because-
feel.
Yeah, just because of the criteria you gave and just personal. Was it personal favorites or like
I just want you to tell me who you think has the best debut rap album to you.
to me? So yeah, based on all of that, and plus like it just has more personal connection since just like my experience when it came out, and I was old enough to like be able to understand.
Shanae was outside.
Yeah, that's when I was first like able to listen to shit and like you know, and then like the movie came and like me and my mom like I have like direct memories with a lot of like the album that I can remember. So that's why it's for me. It just resonates.
Okay.
She kicked me out of school to see it. Like so I like
I gotta say it's 50, man. You can't
50?
Like even Jay said it. 50 came through Hurricanes Blue. Like that shit's true. Like when that 50 album came out, it was just different. And I didn't like you said, Red said, I didn't like the movie. I didn't even really like 50 at that time. I used to like Life is on the Line.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I used to see that on Channel 68, but like,
Yo,
I did not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but 50, I don't know, when that album came out, yeah, like it was a huge moment.
Yeah,
like, it was different.
Colossal.
Yeah, like it was different. Only thing I could compare to it would be like when Ice Cube went solo, just because he was dissing NWA and it was that whole beef. But 50 just came, he was like dissing everybody. That shit was amazing. Like you can't really compare it.
Right.
Jameer?
So my personal answer would be Reasonable Doubt, but I think just for the sake of argument, I'm gonna say Dr. Dre, The Chronic. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is because when we talk about influence and you talk about a tree, there would be no tree of West Coast gangster rap post NWA if there was no Dr. Dre. So the Chronic, yeah. So we talk
Get Rich or
huh?
Trying.
No, yes. But like no, Get Rich or Die Trying was a monumental moment. But I feel like 50 always seemed to me larger than New York at a point. You know what I'm saying? Like he was popping in New York and then he hit and he was colossal. But with Drake, Drake was able to.
My grandmother had his ringtone.
Right, in the club, like, yo, that was a huge. But what Drake was able to establish with the sound of the West Coast was crazy. Like we still using the samples and the funk loops and everything like that in West Coast music today. So Dre's impact with the Chronic it's a direct tree that's still standing right now. Like New York trees have fallen, been rebuilt. Like, you know, you say people are still influenced by like Eric B. or Rakim, but not like really. There's still a direct influence right now from the Chronic.
What about Slim Shady?
What about it?
I want Reg to go next so we can talk about Rich Slim Shady.
Yeah, Slim Shady, that's a good one. Personally, I would say Reasonable Doubt. I do feel like the one that makes the most sense is like you guys have said, and I hate to say it again, but it is 50. I mean, 50.
It's hard to argue.
All right,
it makes
so
I
didn't
bring it home. Bring it home, Tori.
All right, so
it's hard to argue.
I didn't like Bow Wow, Romeo, nothing. I was listening to 50 Cent.
That album was crazy.
All right, I guess I got to bring it home. I had my choice that I wanted to bring, but I didn't hear anybody mention it. I have on a T-shirt for this man, right? Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style was the first rap album to sell 10 million records. He lived up to all the expectations. He had his verse on Deep Cover with Dr. Dre. He was on The Chronic, wrote a lot of the songs on The Chronic, and I understand it came from The Chronic, but Snoop Dogg literally came through and fucking had the LeBron season, like he LeBron the rap game when he came out. Like literally he became like one of rap's first, like, but like you got to think. So LL Cool J was like a rap superstar. Like he was like the first rapper to like be solo. Because before then it was Funky 4+4, Grandmaster Flash, and all that. All these groups,
why'd your
right?
voice get like that?
That's how they sounded. That's how they sounded. And then LL came out and like he was solo, right? And so he became like a superstar because that was rare to like be just in the forefront. And then obviously other rappers came out, but then when Snoop came out, he was able to literally embody what those things, like he was actually a good rapper. Eazy-E had people write for him and he was from the streets, right? Dr. Dre was a producer. Ice Cube was nice, but I don't think that he was Snoop Dogg nice as far as
No, he was
raps.
what?
I don't think he's better than
Because he
Snoop.
was political.
What?
I don't
Nigga,
think-
he wrote the full.
You don't
first
think
album.
Ice
NWA
Cube is
wrote
better
the whole
than-
shit.
I don't
As
think
a
he's
rapper?
better.
Yeah,
As a rapper?
verse.
You
talking
all
about
for
Eazy-E
you
has somebody
all
write
for
rhymes
dog
with
food,
you.
bro.
I know who wrote his rhymes.
Who
Right.
you talking about?
But that
You
don't.
mentioned Eazy-E having
Yeah,
somebody
that don't mean that the
write
rhymes was.
Cube.
That don't mean that the rhymes was mind blowing.
That don't mean he
They
was a
was
better
a-
rapper than
Cube-
Snoop.
Cube
Y'all
was
niggas
a-
is really
Cube-
saying Ice Cube
I'm
is a
on,
better
I'm
rapper than
on
Snoop?
y'all side. I'm
Yes,
like,
Ice Cube is a better rapper than Snoop.
No way.
Yes, he is.
What was
What
that?
are we
What was
talking
that?
about?
Snoop make better
Are we
songs.
talking about like
Are you
rapping?
talking about rapping?
Rapping.
Yo,
No, you're
Snoop,
bugging.
yo,
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about
rapping.
Listen to
Wow.
Doggy Style right now,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it's a whole bunch of my damn my son is home when I'm on my holy thing. They got my damn. It was a whole bunch of flowy rap.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying nothing crazy.
Because that's back.
Neither
That
was
was back
fucking
then.
Ice Cube. Ice Cube wasn't
Are you
like
dumb?
No, nigga, I'm smart. Nigga, that's why. This is the
Niggas
point.
is out here wilding, bro.
Damn.
That nigga's bugging
There's
out.
no way.
Ice
Cube
is great.
There's no way somebody
He makes better
nobody's
songs. He
gonna
makes
say
better songs. I'll give you
lyrically
that, but he's
or
not a
as
better
a
rapper.
rapper.
Snoop is a better artist.
Yeah, he
Yes,
makes better
Snoop is
songs.
He has a
Snoop
better
is a song
flow.
He
maker.
does not rap
Yes,
better than
but
Are we
as
talking
a
about
rapper,
fundamental
bro.
raps?
Bro, if we ask, if you say, yo,
Ask somebody.
Ice Cube, if you say Ice Cube in his prime to say a freestyle, you ask Snoop to say a freestyle in his prime, who's going to have a better freestyle?
Ice Cube, nigga, you mad?
Yeah, Snoop.
So
bro.
relax your mind.
Snoop got his recognition off his freestyle.
Give me a fight.
No,
And saying what?
Nah.
A real freestyle.
All right, but what is
Give
he
me, give me,
saying?
give me.
Give me an Ice
He
Cube
been saying,
freestyle.
he been saying the same shit
Give me an Ice Cube freestyle.
for 30 years.
Give me an Ice Cube. Okay.
Give me
Ice Cube. Okay. Right.
Snoop been saying the
America-
same shit for 30 years. You're a goddamn liar.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
bro.
So, all right, so
Snoop ain't been writing for 30
Yo.
years.
That's a fact
Yeah,
too.
Snoop has not been writing the last 20 years. You kidding me? He'll tell you himself. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I bring to your homies and I used to write for Dre back in
yo,
the day. He
bro,
don't write no
Ice
more.
Cube, stop writing as well.
Nah, Ice Cube still
Yo,
writing
DMX wrote
movies.
We Be Clubbing.
He write
Yo,
movies
but
and
you-
songs.
that's a fight
Come
song.
on, man.
But if you
Movie
talk,
Clubbing was good.
if
We Be
you
Clubbing
talk-
was written by somebody else. Like Ice
Alright,
Cube
but
stopped
if
writing
you-
himself.
if you talk about the prime of their artistry, who was a better writer or rapper, it's obviously Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Yo,
I don't think anybody will argue. I don't think Snoop would argue.
Does
that.
Cube have a better album than Doggy Style?
That's not fair.
No, that's not.
Why-
But that's
why-
not what
why
I'm
that's not
saying.
fair? What-
If you
what
talking
we
about-
doing?
That's not
What
what
we
I'm
doing?
saying.
What we doing?
Because Doggy Style isn't all just lyrical raps.
Yo, if
Yo,
I
y'all love Ice Cube so much. Why ain't either one of y'all niggas pick him for the best debut rap album? I picked my nigga and I'm riding with my nigga. Y'all not riding with y'all niggas.
Because he ain't
Y'all
rap.
not riding with y'all nigga. Are y'all riding with y'all nigga? Are you riding with him? Are you riding with him?
Can
Are
I
you
get some
riding with Are you riding with Cube?
Because he didn't rap better than Big.
Are you riding with
He
Cube?
didn't rap better than Big. That's why they
Are
put
you
him as-
riding with Cube? Okay.
Exactly.
Are you riding with
What?
Cube? As best debut album. Because I'm riding with the nigga that I said. All right, come on. I'm riding with this dude.
But here's where you disrespectful. When you
How
say
am I disrespectful?
he's a better rapper
Yeah, he's not
than
a better
Ice Cube.
Yo,
rapper.
I don't think
Don't
it's
like-
disrespectful to say that.
I think it is.
I ain't say Ice Cube is trash. I love Ice Cube.
Listen, I like Right Along also, but Snoop Dogg is the better rapper.
But nobody. All right, what's a fight? Give me
Family fun
a
adventure.
crazy.
Give me
Bars.
your favorite.
You about to say
Snoop
give me a crazy Ice Cube
No,
bar,
I'm
bro.
asking you because you said this is your favorite album. What's the crazy? I'm not defending Ice Cube as America's
Yo,
Most
bro,
Wanted.
like, this is
I'm
the- this is
asking
the point,
you
like, they're
as a
challenging me.
rapper.
Yo, Doggy Style, number one, is the better album.
I'm
any
not
album that
asking
he's
you
put
that.
out.
I say give me a fire
Hey,
bar.
hey.
Nigga, I don't have any bars on top of my head, but
Okay,
they're better
see,
bars.
Did
He's
everybody,
not a lyricist.
did everybody name their five?
Nobody
Okay.
said Kanye?
We didn't
No,
go,
yeah.
This one wasn't five.
This one was a five.
We were just saying, like, we were just having a
Rap
conversation.
debuts.
Oh,
Or
and
five.
all right, so listen, really quick. Before all the hip hop heads see this and get upset, we understand Illmatic came down from heaven and blessed us with this amazing album
They
that
already said
inspired
that before
hip
they
hop.
got to this
Right?
part.
Before we even got to this
already
part,
said it,
That's what
yeah.
they said.
we're not stupid. We love hip hop. We just wanted to talk about other songs. We understand that the anticipation for Illmatic, and I'm talking to you, Jose, Apartment 78. We understood that people were bootlegging this album 2 years before it even released, before it even had all tracks on there and everything like that. And that Nas was 12 when he started
I
writing
do-
Illmatic. We know that.
I
We got
do
it.
want to make a stronger case for Miseducation though, because Miseducation. Well, yeah, you
That's
mentioned
a
it,
hip hop album.
but I feel like, well, yeah, it is a hip hop album.
Best
It's not a
debut.
rap. It's not a rap album.
Yeah.
It's a hip
It's a hip hop
It's a
album.
hip-hop album.
Yeah.
It's a blend.
It won the hip hop Grammy.
It won hip hop. It picked up 5 that day.
Post Malone
But I'm
won
not.
the hip-hop
I'm not gonna
Grammy.
bring
Yeah,
up.
we're talking
No, no, no.
Breeze, all that
Macklemore,
stuff.
all these.
I'm not gonna bring up Grammys at all to talk about Miseducation. I'm not gonna bring up
I
Grammys.
think
I'm
it's
just
a
talking
blend.
about what she's been able to do, how she's been able to still be booked from this album.
My nigga.
Booked and busy.
Okay.
Whether
From
she
this
shows up
album,
or not is her
from
business.
90
She's still
98?
booked and busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
This album,
I'm
this
good.
album, this album,
Yeah.
what this album was able to do for her career has never been seen. Like she released that one album. It's one album.
I'm smooth. I'm smooth. Good off of Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Like I'm good.
Yo, you wanna know what's crazy?
But-
I think if
I just don't
You saying that
understand,
because you have the sour taste now, and
Nah,
because of the
nah.
years.
I enjoyed
You didn't feel like
but-
that after that
Nah,
album
I
came out.
enjoyed the album, but I was never like on
Yeah.
its top like that because like I had thought that there were better female MCs that I heard at the
Like, it was
time.
cool, but it's like
It's
Right.
cool. But Lauryn Hill was very like 1 foot in hip hop, 1 foot like I'm singing.
Mhm.
That's cool.
I mean, it's
Cool.
Drake.
okay, sorry.
Little
What do y'all
Kim-
think?
Little Kim's debut was better than Lauryn Hill.
I agree.
yes.
I agree. And
Okay.
more influential as far as when it comes to
Are we
hip
talking
hop.
about hardcore?
Yeah.
You
Better
think
than
hardcore
Miss-
was better than Miseducation?
A better debut. A better
A
debut.
better debut, yeah.
The better debut. I'm not even arguing it.
Tori,
Yeah,
can you close
yeah,
out? Can you
yeah.
close out,
Yeah.
please?
Wait,
Tori, can you close
no. Let me ask you a question.
Nah, I got
No, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a
I
question.
got my ass beat listening to hardcore.
As
Like,
and-
Wait, what kind of freaky shit was you into, my nigga?
Because I was listening to it.
He was
My
talking
mom-
Oh, my bad. My bad.
My mom
No.
caught me
I thought
listening
you
to
was
it.
about to tell a story that you and a shorty was.
Nah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
right.
handcuffs, the
Negligee.
the
That
camcorder.
camcorder.
The tinted windows, the one tinted windows in the whip.
Goddamn
No, I don't
camcorder.
know
Yo.
what she was like.
I
don't know
yeah,
about
I
I'm
got.
sorry.
But yeah, we not putting hardcore over Miseducation.
I
Y'all
will.
niggas
I
like,
am.
wow,
It's way more influential.
to the
I
hoes.
listen to her
No,
every
to hip hop. You
Big
can.
Pun.
You can.
What about Big Pun's debut? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like Big Pun's debut. Do y'all
Great.
think
I
that
thought
was a strong
I
debut?
thought it was a great album. I thought it was.
It was
too
good.
King of
lengthy.
Puerto Rico.
It was.
good.
It was a lengthy.
Don't
album.
do that.
Nah, you could no.
Don't do that.
He's right.
It was a good. It was a
shit
good
was
album.
long as fuck.
Yeah,
bro.
it was a
I wasn't
lengthy
outside.
album.
It was a little bloated.
Yeah, it was bloated. It was a bloated.
Yeah, it was
album.
very. It was,
About
nah,
700
that was a
pounds
bloated
long.
album. Yeah.
I wasn't outside.
What you
Fire
say?
though.
Don't say that.
Right.
Don't. I hope nobody.
Wait,
heard that.
nobody said College Dropout. It's quiet.
No,
Nobody
yeah.
said Kanye.
College
Oh, okay.
Dropout. College Dropout is
Nah,
also.
but it doesn't hold a candlelight.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
he died.
Nah.
So
But,
Can't
but,
Richard
but,
Dye
but
tried
the
to strike
influential
it.
aspect of
It's a
College
fi- it's a
Dropout.
fire debut.
But look, okay.
It's
So
a
the
fire
perfect example of how influential College Dropout was. It came out a year after Get Rich or Die Trying and changed the landscape.
It did.
It changed everything.
That's the
that we
same
was-
argument that I had with Doggy Style, but
It
y'all
changed
niggas,
everything that we was
No.
accustomed
It
to
wasn't that.
just
it was
a year
the Ice
before.
Cube shit. No one disagreed that Doggy Style wasn't fire.
That's that Torian shit, bro.
Yeah.
right.
You
You
said-
know, I ain't trying to manipulate.
was the worst rapper than Snoop.
You gotta
Yeah, that's the
understand.
Yeah,
thing.
what am I talking about?
Yo,
Like,
bro, just because I say that Snoop is a better rapper than Cube doesn't mean that Cube is a bad rapper.
No,
I
but
love America's Most Wanted.
we
I
have-
love Lethal Injection.
we are disagreeing with
Yeah,
you.
we
We're
don't.
not saying that you wrong for feeling how you feeling. I just disagree.
Torian, I understand
I've
the
never-
show, but we're not here to agree with you, man.
Facts.
Damn, I've never heard nobody say, "Oh my god," like this.
You heard it
Cube
today,
verse.
nigga.
Yeah, yeah.
You never heard that about Snoop.
Nobody said about Snoop.
You never said that about Snoop. You never.
You
Yo,
said
this
this Snoop
nigga
song.
Snoop. What's snapping? Yo.
You never heard nobody
I was
say
like that.
Snoop.
Bro, I promise you. I did. I promise.
Hit the limit run. I promise. I was
Yo,
there.
let me run.
I was
I'm
there.
walking off.
I was front center.
We
I
got
was there.
clothes.
You gotta listen.
What?
Them niggas is saying.
What niggas? Them niggas?
Listen,
Nobody
listen.
Yo.
He was listening to Doggy Style like, yo, this nigga spitting.
Yeah.
I like this nigga spitting,
This nigga-
cuz.
You ain't never said that.
This
Never.
nigga
You ain't
spitting.
never said that.
Spitting.
Yo.
Nah, nobody ever
Oh,
said
No
man.
one
that.
ever said.
It's the
Yo.
song.
Yeah.
That song is
Turn
fire.
down the TV.
Yo,
Snoop
That nigga's
spitting.
black right now.
I'm Torian B.
I'm first class French.
Thank you guys for watching.
Out.
Bars.
Get the tapes out. Snoop's on the radio.
Yo,